Maybe you just joined the sales team, maybe you just resumed and you're wondering, what do I do? Or maybe you're even experienced and you've moved from another organization to this current organization. Or you've just changed within the organization, you've changed product lines. In this video, I'm going to show you three things to do when you're new to selling. So, new to selling doesn't necessarily mean you're just starting sales. Even if you're just starting sales, these principles would apply as well. If you've changed to a new company, it will apply as well. I was on the phone yesterday with an experienced salesperson, and she said she had worked in another real estate company. Now she's moved to another real estate company where she is right now. She said to me, she says, Iore, it feels like I'm starting all over again because of this first thing you need to do when it comes to selling. And the first thing you need to do when it comes to selling is understand your products. Identify what the product or service is you're offering in this organization and understand it. You see, if you know your product 100%, it doesn't guarantee that you'll sell. Because there are people whose responsibility it is in an organization to create products, to develop products, but these people are not necessarily great at selling. So understanding the products alone doesn't guarantee that you will sell successfully. However, if you don't understand the product, no sale can happen. If you don't understand the products, the confidence you require, confidence emanates from competence. The more competent you are, the more confident you will feel. So, what product knowledge really does for you, it gives you a foundational confidence. See, there's a confidence that comes from being good looking, from dressing well. However, the foundational confidence, which comes from product knowledge, is more rock solid. Learn easily, do that. If you have to come up with product knowledge assessments where you write out all the questions that the prospect will probably ask you or all the features of the product, then you answer the questions, then you check, just like you did in school, do that. Because this is the first thing you need to do to master the product. The sooner you get past this, the faster you start to enjoy success and victory in your career. I won't encourage you when you just resume an organization to go straight and start having meetings with people, maybe with your contacts or with people who you knew from where you worked before. No, I won't encourage you to do that. Take time to master the product first. Somebody says, Yori, but I don't have time. They are putting me under pressure. Then get somebody in the organization who is experienced or who has been there longer than you, and let the person join you to go and see these people that you have. Because you see, it's not easy to find. See, it's a value when you have contacts and you have prospects who can buy from you. It is true value. Therefore, you don't want to waste these opportunities. They are not so many. They are not so many. So when you have maybe 5 or 10, make sure that these 10, when you're going to meet them, you go there at your best time, which is when you understand your product 100%. If you know you don't understand it yet to that level, either you move the meeting and start to engage other people who are not your top contacts, or you start to refer to people who are in the organization already to join you for this meeting so that they can talk and do the closing for you. So, number one, understand the product. The second thing you need to do when you're new to selling is understand the features of the products and the benefits. Understand the benefits of the products, especially, not just the features, please. Understand the benefits of the product. Features tell, benefits sell. Features say this is what the product can do. Benefits say this is what the products can do for you. The prospects, someone says, the station the prospects always tune to is what is in it for me. WIIFM. What's in it for me? So the prospect is thinking, what's in it for me? So she'll be able to tell them how. Tell them how it benefits them, how it would help improve their lives. So this means when you identify the product, list all the features you can. Maybe there are up 5 to 10. List them. After listing all the features, please look at corresponding benefits. What are the corresponding benefits? Meaning, come up with a short sentence how this can apply to improving the prospect's life. Don't just use generic words and say things like uh, maybe maybe increase interest rates, double interest rates, peace of mind. Don't use those one-liners. Just draft a short sentence to explain how this can apply to the prospect's life. The mental work in sales is more important than the physical work because 80% of your success in selling will come is based on your psychology, meaning mental things you need to do. And part of the mental work you need to do way before you get on the field is making sure that you come up with a draft of your feature of your benefits, a short sentence, and list them out like that. So when you've done these things, you will see that you will, to an extent, have a clear picture of exactly what it is your products can do for the prospect. And this would affect your enthusiasm. It would affect your zeal, your excitement, so that you can engage prospects with passion. The final thing you need to do, number three, I said number one, identify your product or service. Number two, identify your benefits and not just the features. Then number three, identify your target audience. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important thing you need to do in selling. Identify your target audience. Because you see, I've met salespeople who are not doing so well. The reason I'm starting this channel is because I've come across a lot of salespeople who they're not. I see them going through so much, and I'm like, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. If you just have the right information, the same way too I struggled initially. Then I got the right information. I listened to audio programs by Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. I listened to a lot of people in sales. I watched their videos, and I started to apply these techniques, and I started to see victories. So I realized that it's not that difficult. And everything I'm showing you now are things I've put to work and I've tried, and they are working for me. And they worked for me then, and they still work now. And that's why I'm showing you this is the right way to do it. Identify your target audience. Don't try to sell to everybody. In most organizations, they tell you go and sell to everybody. Everybody needs our products. Everybody can be served by us. But when you as a salesperson, because you're a strategist, because you're skilled, you will take your time and say, I want to cover the entire nation. However, I need to start from somewhere. Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel. He said, go and talk to everybody. He now gave the strategy. He says, from Judea to Samaria to the utmost part of the earth. Meaning, he was trying to say, start from your streets to the city, to the states. So choose a target audience. Where am I going to focus on for now? And when you think of a target audience, ask yourself, where do my prospects gather? Where do my prospects gather? Are they gathering at the industry level? Are they gathering at the geographical level? Are they gathering at a gender level? The point is, in what place can I find my prospects together? Meaning they come together based on similar interests, similar commonality, similar beliefs, maybe similar profession, whatever it is. One of the best ways I always encourage is using the industry approach. So this means choose a target audience, a particular industry for now, and focus on that industry. If you make the mistake here, everything else you will do going forward in sales could be wrong. Niches are not wide, right? You may not have so many options in terms of different industries, but if you look deep within a niche, you'll find out that the depth of the niche is where the power is. Some people say things like the riches are in the niches. So drill down. If you decide to focus in the financial sector, maybe in the banking sector, for example, and you're going after people in the banking sector, within the banking sector, there's a long value chain. There are also different levels of nomenclature in terms of positions or titles. The sales executives are there, the bank officers are there, senior banking officers are there, assistant managers, senior managers, deputy managers, executive directors, CEOs across all the banks. So you see different cadres and opportunities to sell. There are different departments in the banking sector. There's a procurement department, there's a legal department, there's the finance, there's HR. You see? So whatever direction you look at it, whether you look at it across, vertically, or horizontally, or you look at it vertically, you will see that there are opportunities there. So when you identify your target audience, what it will help you do is that you would have the right vocabulary to speak to them. Because to identify your target audience, start with the course you studied. The course you studied, your background, would always give you leverage when you're speaking to prospects. Apart from the course you studied, you can also look at what industry am I interested in? Which industry am I interested in enough to get information about that industry? You can also even check where I'm coming from, the list of contacts that I have. Which is the predominant industry here? I did some work for a lady in the financial sector many years ago, and she had just been promoted from being a deputy manager to an assistant manager, something, or assistant manager to deputy manager, something of that nature. When she was promoted, she was really busting her budget. But because of the promotion, her budget was pretty much doubled. This moved her from being a top performer to being a bottom performer because the budget became far higher than where she was before the promotion. So with that, she was wondering, what do I do now? How do I move my sales quickly? When she met with me, one of the things I told her, I said, go and check your previous database and confirm which industry are most of your prospects from. She checked. She discovered, ladies and gentlemen, that most of our prospects were from the oil and gas space. I said, fantastic. So from now on, see yourself. Identity is more powerful than ability. From now on, see yourself as an oil and gas consultant, not just a financial expert, an oil and gas consultant in the financial space, or a financial expert to the oil and gas industry. See yourself that way and start engaging prospects in that light. I told her, I said, categorize your prospects into category A, category B, and category C. Category A, the very established oil and gas companies. Category B, the growing ones, mid-level. Category C, the startups. And when you meet the category C, share some of your tips from what you've learned from your category B clients to them. Maybe not industry secrets, but some structure. When you meet your category B clients, share with them some of the key strategies and structures that you've established based on category A clients. So you see that category A clients are not too far from category B, and category B are not too far from category C in terms of the knowledge and how they can quickly move their businesses. When she went to meet her clients and she started educating her prospects, with this knowledge, her new knowledge about the oil and gas industry, ladies and gentlemen, things moved speedily. And she was able to bust her budget. Part of what I told her, I said, when you get home, instead of you just getting home and going straight to your chores or taking care of your kids, I said, first thing you need to do, turn on the TV. Put it on CNN or channels, any of these stations where you can get news concerning the oil and gas space. I said, go out and start doing what you're doing. While you're watching the 10 p.m. news, or while the 10 p.m. news is being played in your house, because she had an open floor apartment, while it's being played, while you're doing everything you're doing, I said, all the oil and gas news will come to you. Why? Because the reticular activating system will be activated. It will draw all the oil and gas news to you. And you find out that you have tips that you can always share to prospects every day. Have you noticed that sometimes you read a book and what you just read, you meet somebody a day after and the person brings it up and you're like, whoa, I just read this yesterday. I've heard that happen to you before, right? So in the same way, that's what happened to her. When she started going for her meetings, she started to say things like, sir, did you hear news yesterday that, and the guy's like, oh, wow, really? I missed that. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. They started to see her as the authority and started to refer her, which is easier for somebody in the oil and gas space to refer you to somebody in the pharmaceutical, or somebody in the oil and gas space to refer you to a fellow oil and gas MD. So niching, identifying your target audience helps you even with referrals and helps you move faster within the particular niche. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed yourself like I've enjoyed myself today. If you have any questions, please chat in the comment section. I'd love to take your questions. Love to answer them. Remember to like, to subscribe, and to share with others. Before you go, I don't mind. Can you type in the comment section where you're watching from? Whether, I don't know, whatever country or whatever state, I'd like to hear from you, please. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, yes, I will tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at hanging objections, right? It's something everybody wants to know. So we're going to talk a little about that tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.